Hey guys, Game Prime here, and welcome back to This Week in Gaming Pickups. This week, at first, it wasn't a lot, and then it started to become too much. So we're going to get into things real quick here with a pop figure. Now this is the Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora in lion form. It was an E3 2019 exclusive that GameStop's got, so I picked it up at work. It's really cool. I don't really enjoy the Lion King world in Kingdom Hearts 2 as much as a lot of people do, but I mean, it's still a cool pop. It's a different form of Sora, and it's a, cool representation of both Disney and Square Enix. Next up, something I am wearing currently. It is this nice Conker's Bad Fur Day t-shirt that I got from Hot Topic. It cost me around $18, I think. It's really cool. It has the newer logo that is in Rare Replay, because they did switch the logo up a little bit. So it's a cool shirt. There's not a lot of Conker merch in this world, so it's nice to have something, representing our favorite squirrel. Next up, another Persona 5. Now, I love Persona 5. It's one of my favorite games of all time, my favorite JRPG of all time. And I didn't have the PS3 version. It was on sale at GameStop, and on top of, everything, I got it for pretty cheap, and it's just a cool part of my Persona 5 collection now. So I'm happy to have that. Next up, another game that I already have, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. I never own Uncharted 4: A Thief's End in the original packaging. That was my dog. Never owned it in the original packaging. I have the Libertalia Collector's Edition, which comes with like the steelbook case. So I never actually got to have the inbox version and put it on my shelf here. So I picked this up for pretty cheap as well, and now it's part of the collection. Next up, another cheap game I managed to pick up, Tomb Raider for the PS3. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Tomb Raider reboot. I couldn't really get into the series a lot, but this was very cheap, and I had to pick it up because it has a nice steelbook case. As you can probably see in the close-up I'm doing of it, there was stickers because it was at GameStop as well, and I did my best to scrape it off and peel it off. I think I did a decent job at it, but yeah, it's a cool steelbook. For the few dollars I paid for it, it's definitely worth it. So next up, I was just with my parents a few nights ago, and we went to a 7-Eleven, and 7-Eleven did a big promotion for Detective Pikachu, the movie that came out last month, and I didn't know that they had these limited edition $1 straws. So we have Psyduck here, Snubble, and I can't remember his name right now, but it will be in the video. But they're really cool. They're only $1 each. There's also Detective Pikachu himself, but of course that's the one everybody goes after, and I didn't know about this for over a month, so it's gonna be a little hard for me to find a Detective Pikachu straw, but hopefully I'll find it because they were only $1. They're really cool, and I was just like, why not? It's $1. They're cool. So earlier today I was at work, and my coworker said that he went to a flea market over the weekend, and he got a few small things for me, and they were old but very cool McDonald's Happy Toys. This one is of Spyro and Crash, technically, because you see Spyro: A Hero's Tale box art here, and then Crash Twinsanity here. And so this must have came out around 2004, 2005, I'd say. I'm not entirely sure what kind of toy this is. Probably just one of those weird little electronic games. I don't really want to mess with it too much, but it's really cool. Just something very obscure and, you know, neat. Something I like. And then the holy grail of the Happy Meal toys that he got for me is this little thing. This is a Super Mario Bros. 3 Happy Meal toy. It is a Koopa Paratroopa. Now this had to be late 80s, early 90s. I'm an idiot. I forgot what year Mario 3 came out. But this Koopa Paratroopa kind of blew up a little bit. You like pump this balloon here, and he'd blow up a little bit. It's very weird, but you know, I've known about this, you know, Happy Meal toy and this series for a long time, and I only have one other little Mario figure that a family friend gave to me years ago, so this is pretty cool. It's in the bag still, and I'm not going to take it out, but this is just, it's really cool. It caught me off guard very much. So a few days ago, before I went to work, my mom was looking for something in a cabinet we have, and as I was leaving, I spotted some old magazines and stuff, and I couldn't believe my eyes. So the first thing that when I got home that I saw were these Nintendo Powers and these little magazines, some magazines that she found. Now, I am a huge Nintendo Power collector. I'm looking to get a full collection of them. I'm currently at whatever you'll see on the screen here because I have absolutely no idea what number I'm at. But unfortunately, I do have these issues already. I picked them back up. But, you know, we got issue 210 here, which is the introduction to the Nintendo Wii. And then we have Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia. I'm not a big Castlevania person, so forgive me. And this is issue 230 from July of 2008, so that was really cool. And then she also found a few other magazines, like this Game Informer right here from around 2002, I believe, and that is a great year for video games. That's a year we got introduced to, you know, series like Sly Cooper, Ratchet & Clank, Kingdom Hearts. And speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I believe this magazine, this issue of Game Informer, had a full, you know, spotlight on the first Kingdom Hearts. So it was very cool for me to, you know, find this and just see what the game looked like while it was in development before it came out. Because when I was little, I was never into Kingdom Hearts, but now, you know, when I was a freshman in high school, I got into it. So it's pretty cool to see that. And then she also found this Electronic Gaming Monthly from May of 2006. And this, once again, covers Kingdom Hearts. But the best thing I saw from here that I want to show off is this cool little Kingdom Hearts 2 poster that I got with it. And once again, I've had this for the longest time, probably since 2006, was never into Kingdom Hearts until 2013. So it's just cool for me to find old stuff that I owned that has Kingdom Hearts in it, because it's now even more valuable to me than it was before. So here we have Timeless, River, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. On this side we have Tron, Space Paranoids, Sora, Donald, Goofy. And if we open this up, we have regular Sora, Donald, Goofy, and then Halloween Town, Sora, Donald, Goofy. I really like this poster, and the magazine is in like mint condition. You know, I was blown away when I opened this last night and the Kingdom Hearts poster fell out. I was like, wow, that's really cool. So that's a sweet find. Next few things she found along with that were some posters. So like this Super Smash Brothers Brawl poster. If I could open this up without ripping it, that would be fantastic. Yeah, so nice little poster of all the characters there. I don't even know if all of this is in frame. But turn this around. That was here. And now if you look on this side, it has the Prima Guides. Oh god. It has the Prima Guides logo on it. So that must have meant that this came with the Super Smash Bros. Brawl guidebook I have. So that is going back home where it belongs. But I also have another story about this poster now that I look at it. This poster is the entire reason I'm friends with my best friend Cal, who's also on my multiplayer 4-player gamers. When I was in elementary school, his mom was a substitute teacher, and she saw this poster, and I remember it was this exact one, and she said that her son played Smash Brawl, and I was like, cool, and he needed help unlocking some characters, like Wolf. And I went home in the guide, copied the guide, and gave him to her. And then I met him a year later, and then, you know, here we are now. He's part of 4-player gamers with me, my best friend. So this poster actually has a lot of meaning and history to it. That's very cool that we found that. So I'm gonna pack that sucker back up and put that where it belongs. Next up was this little thing that got printed out from Nintendo.com, but it also says forums.nintendo.com, and it was just like a Q&A about Mario, so I'll have that, you know, zoomed in on. That's very weird. Next up was this little Game Boy kind of thing. It wasn't a Game Boy, it looked like a miniature Game Boy. It was a keychain that Kmart's had and like Rite Aid's had. And they had like mini Game & Watch games on them, and it was cool. And this was an insert from one of them. So I think I have one hanging up. So this one either had Mario Cement Factory or Donkey Kong Jr. Once again, a bunch of Game & Watch games. Next up, she found a few inserts for 64 games. I'm guessing this one was a part of DK64, which is weird because I've never seen that box for DK64 in my life. So, just telling about the official player's guide from Nintendo Power about that. That's pretty cool. Have a manual for Mario Kart 64 here. And that's weird because I don't know where the sleeve goes. Next up is an insert that looks like it came with Banjo-Kazooie. How very fitting, knowing that they just got announced for Smash Bros. Now talking about the player's guide, of course, once again, Mama Jumbo on the back. Next one, this one's cool. This was a screenshot on the Mario Sunshine website from when I was little, and it was like a blueprint to Flood, and I always used to bug my dad, hey, can you make a real-life Flood for me, because who wouldn't want a real-life Flood? But that's what it looked like. I always had that printed out for him. And finally, more posters. This one is Mario Kart Wii, and I know that because it has the same kind of Prima logo on there, so that definitely goes to the guide I have. And then on the back, just a bunch of items. Same thing goes for Mario Galaxy. A very big-ass poster for this thing. Let's see if I can get this out real quick. This thing's at least 4 feet. This thing's gigantic. I don't even know if I could get it all in the shot. But this is really cool. That's going back in the guidebook once again, where they all came from. Next up, with stuff she found, were these little guides from the Game Boy Advance versions of Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2. Some of my favorite games. Cool to see the manuals still alive, so that'll be added back to the collection real quick. So along with the other things she found in the cabinet, she found a bunch of training cards. This one in particular, Lucky Do, is from the Mario Party e-reader game. I never had an e-reader, I just loved having the cards, so I have a stack of these somewhere on my shelf, so that'll go back there. And then a bunch of new Super Mario Bros. Wii trading cards that'll go through, you know, closer up. A bunch of tattoos, some punch-outs, you know, all kinds of stuff. And then on the back, sometimes it would be act like a puzzle piece, or it'd tell you about like the card itself, trivia, stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to see. Don't know where that's gonna go, but it'll go somewhere. Next up with stuff she found was this little Nintendo Sweet Spin Yo-Yo. And I don't remember how long ago I got this, but the date on here says 2010, so it's not 10 years old yet. I feel like it is older though, because that render of Mario's very, very old. But it's Sweet Spin Yo-Yo from Gigabytes, and if you open it up, you know, there's candy in there. The candy's still in here, actually. I've never eaten it. Probably couldn't get this thing open as a little kid. So that was weird to find. Okay, camera cut for a second. But besides that, cleaned up the mess of the chocolate on here. I don't know how far it cut, but if it did, my dog ate the chocolate. The coin's cool, it'll be on the screen. But to the main event of today's video, last week you saw me unbox a cool collector's edition, and then this week it's the same thing. So, this week I got the Jak 2 Limited Run Games Collector's Edition. This thing, once again, very cool. Now, I'm actually going to show you a little bit of what's in it, but I'm not going to show you all of it because there is another unboxing video on the channel. And you can see it on the little eye here. So it comes with this very cool Jak 2 design Bible. This is one of the many things that's included within this. And it's the actual, you know, production binder for Jak 2, so it shows you a lot of the characters, the artwork, the story, stuff like that. And my personal favorite thing, the official soundtrack to Jak 2. You know me, I'm a sucker for any video game soundtrack there is, so it's great to have this in an actual CD form, you know, officially released, officially mastered. And all the tracks are insane. There's 3 discs, you know, unused tracks, bunch of that. But if you want to see what else is in this collector's edition from Limited Run Games, you guys are going to have to check out the unboxing video. It will be up in the little eye up in the corner there. But that's going to be it for me this time, guys. I know this was a way longer video than I even intended it to be. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff this week. I know I delayed the video by a little bit. You'll see it'll be from June 10th to June 20th, but that's for reasons that, you know, you saw. There's a lot of stuff to go through, but you know, it was a pretty good week. A lot of stuff added to my personal collection. And yeah, I thought this was a pretty decent week in pickups. So yeah, if you guys like this type of video, you know, I like making it. I like explaining this stuff. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you guys next week for more gaming pickups. Thanks for watching.